World War II ended in 1945. The Allies were victorious. The world rejoiced as the long and brutal conflict finally came to an end. The streets were filled with celebrations, and a sense of relief washed over the war-weary nations. However, the victory came at a terrible cost. Millions lay dead. Cities were in ruins. The scars of war were visible everywhere, from the bombed-out buildings to the countless graves of soldiers and civilians alike. The world had paid a heavy price for peace. Yet amidst the devastation, a new conflict was brewing. The Cold War, the ideological battle between capitalism and communism, began to take shape, casting a long shadow over the post-war recovery. Nations were forced to choose sides in this new global struggle. The United States and the Soviet Union, once allies, were now locked in a struggle for global dominance. The two superpowers eyed each other with suspicion and distrust, each determined to spread their influence and ideology across the globe. Both superpowers understood the importance of science and technology in this new conflict. They knew that advancements in these fields could tip the balance of power. Laboratories became battlegrounds, and scientists were the new soldiers in this war of intellect and innovation. They knew that whoever harnessed the power of the atom, whoever controlled the skies, would control the future. The race for technological supremacy was on, and both nations were willing to go to great lengths to achieve it. In the closing days of the war, American intelligence agencies launched a secret program. Its codename, Operation Paperclip. This covert operation aimed to secure the brightest minds of Nazi Germany before the Soviets could get to them. Its mission to find and recruit Nazi Germany's brightest scientific minds. The goal was simple. The US wanted to deny this scientific knowledge to the Soviets. They believed that these scientists held the key to future technological advancements. The US wanted to deny this scientific knowledge to the Soviets. They also wanted to use it to gain an advantage in the emerging Cold War. The stakes were incredibly high, and the competition was fierce. They also wanted to use it to gain an advantage in the emerging Cold War. The scientists brought with them invaluable expertise in fields such as rocketry, aerodynamics, and chemical weapons. Their knowledge could potentially change the course of history. This was a controversial decision. The American public was divided. Some saw it as a necessary step to ensure national security, while others viewed it as a betrayal of the principles they had fought for during the war. Many of these scientists were members of the Nazi Party. Their involvement in the regime's atrocities could not be ignored. The ethical implications of recruiting such individuals were profound and troubling. Some were directly involved in war crimes. The Nuremberg trials had just begun, and the world was learning the full extent of the horrors committed by the Nazis. The idea of giving these individuals a new life in America was deeply unsettling to many. However, the allure of their knowledge, particularly in rocketry and chemical weapons, proved too tempting to resist. The potential benefits were seen as outweighing the moral costs. The US government made a calculated decision to prioritize scientific progress over ethical concerns. The stage was set for one of the most morally complex chapters in American history. The decisions made during this time would have far-reaching consequences, shaping the future of both the United States and the world. A story of scientific ambition, political expediency, and the heavy price of progress. The legacy of Operation Paperclip is a testament to the complicated nature of human progress, where the pursuit of knowledge often comes with difficult choices and significant sacrifices. As the Allied armies advanced deeper into Germany, special teams were dispatched. Their mission was not to engage in combat, but to find specific individuals. These individuals were not high-ranking officials or military leaders. They were scientists and engineers. These were the people who had powered the Nazi war machine. They possessed the knowledge to build deadly weapons and advanced technologies. The operation was shrouded in secrecy. The US government was aware of the ethical implications. Recruiting Nazi scientists, even if they were geniuses in their fields, was a morally ambiguous undertaking. The scientists, for their part, were in a precarious situation. They faced capture and prosecution for their wartime activities. The offer from the Americans, while ethically questionable, offered a way out. The recruitment process was often clandestine. Scientists were spirited out of Germany, sometimes under assumed identities. They were brought to secret locations in the United States. Here they were debriefed and their skills assessed thoroughly. the operation was not without its critics. Some argued that it was morally wrong to offer refuge to those who had served a criminal regime. Others, however, argued that the potential benefits, both scientific and strategic, outweighed the ethical costs. Perhaps the most well-known figure to emerge from Operation Paperclip was Wernher von Braun. This operation, shrouded in secrecy, was a covert initiative by the United States to recruit German scientists after World War II. Von Braun, with his unparalleled expertise in rocketry, was a prime target for this mission. A brilliant rocket engineer, von Braun was the mastermind behind Germany's V-2 rocket program. The V-2 rocket, developed during the war, was a groundbreaking achievement in the field of rocketry. It represented the pinnacle of German engineering prowess at the time. The V-2, while a terrifying weapon, was also a marvel of engineering. It was the first man-made object to reach the fringes of space, traveling at speeds that were previously thought impossible. The rocket's design and capabilities laid the groundwork for future space exploration. It was the world's first ballistic missile capable of reaching the edge of space. This technological leap was both awe-inspiring and fearsome, showcasing the dual-use nature of rocket technology for both warfare and exploration. Von Braun and his team were brought to the United States under Operation Paperclip. This controversial program aimed to harness the expertise of German scientists to bolster American technological capabilities during the Cold War. They were installed at Fort Bliss, Texas, and tasked with helping to develop America's own rocket program. At Fort Bliss, von Braun and his team began the arduous task of transferring their knowledge and experience to their American counterparts. Von Braun embraced his new life with enthusiasm. He quickly adapted to his new environment, forming strong working relationships with American scientists and engineers. His passion for rocketry and space exploration was evident in every project he undertook. He became a US citizen and a vocal advocate for space exploration. Von Braun's vision extended beyond military applications. He dreamed of humanity reaching for the stars and exploring the vastness of space. His work proved instrumental in the development of the rockets that would eventually carry American astronauts into space. The Saturn V rocket, which von Braun played a key role in designing, became the vehicle that would take humans to the moon. Von Braun's story is both inspiring and troubling. While his contributions to space exploration are undeniable, his involvement with the Nazi regime and the use of forced labor in the V-2 program cast a shadow over his legacy. It's a testament to human ingenuity. The advancements made in rocketry and space exploration during this period were remarkable, pushing the boundaries of what was thought possible. It's also a stark reminder of the moral compromises made during the Cold War. The decision to bring former enemy scientists into the fold was fraught with ethical dilemmas, reflecting the complex nature of technological progress in a geopolitical context. Von Braun was not an anomaly. He was part of a larger group of German scientists who were integrated into American scientific and military programs. These individuals brought with them a wealth of knowledge that would prove invaluable. Many other German scientists, some with equally checkered pasts, made significant contributions to American science and technology. Their expertise spanned various fields from rocketry to medicine, and their impact was profound. These scientists played a key role in developing the rockets for the space race. The competition between the United States and the Soviet Union to achieve space milestones was intense, and the contributions of these scientists were crucial to America's success. They contributed to the development of jet propulsion, supersonic flight, and even the computer revolution. The technological advancements made during this period laid the foundation for many of the modern conveniences we enjoy today. Operation Paperclip was not without its dark side. This covert initiative, launched by the United States after World War II, aimed to harness the expertise of German scientists for American technological and military advancements. However, the ethical implications of this operation have been a subject of intense debate and scrutiny. Some of the recruited scientists were later found to have been more deeply involved in war crimes than initially believed. These individuals had participated in horrific experiments and contributed to the Nazi war machine, raising serious moral questions about their recruitment. The US government, eager to secure their expertise, often turned a blind eye to their pasts. In the race against the Soviet Union during the early stages of the Cold War, the potential benefits of their knowledge seemed to outweigh the moral costs. Records were concealed, past deeds were minimized, and some scientists were granted immunity from prosecution. This deliberate obfuscation was intended to integrate these individuals into American scientific and military institutions without public outcry. This willingness to overlook the crimes of Nazi scientists in the name of national interest remains a contentious issue. It highlights the complex interplay between ethical considerations and strategic imperatives in times of geopolitical tension. Critics argue that it set a dangerous precedent, suggesting that scientific progress could be used to justify moral transgressions. They contend that the ends do not always justify the means, especially when those means involve complicity in atrocities. The debate over Operation Paperclip is not just about the past, it raises enduring questions about the responsibility of scientists, the role of government in scientific research, and the delicate balance between national security and ethical considerations. It also prompts reflection on how much we are willing to compromise our values for perceived gains. The ethical dilemmas faced during Operation Paperclip continue to resonate in contemporary discussions about scientific integrity and governmental transparency. The secrecy surrounding Operation Paperclip only deepened the controversy. For many years, the true extent of the program was hidden from the public, shrouded in layers of classified documents and official denials. For many years, the true extent of the program was hidden from the public. This lack of transparency fueled suspicion and speculation, leading to a myriad of conspiracy theories and public distrust. This lack of transparency fueled suspicion and speculation. It also made it difficult to fully assess the ethical implications of the operation, as the public was kept in the dark about the true nature of the scientists' pasts and the extent of their involvement in war crimes. It also made it difficult to fully assess the ethical implications of the operation. Without full disclosure, the public and even some government officials were unable to make informed judgments about the morality of recruiting these scientists. Some argue that the US government was too quick to prioritize Cold War objectives over moral principles. They believe that the urgency of the geopolitical struggle led to a compromise of the very values that the Allies had fought to defend during World War II. They argue that the recruitment of Nazi scientists, regardless of their scientific value, was a betrayal of the values for which the war was fought. This perspective underscores the ongoing tension between ethical integrity and strategic advantage in the realm of international politics and scientific advancement.